Hey everybody, this is Jeff from the Icebox Radio Theater, welcoming you to episode 7 of this first season of Radio Icebox, entitled The Not So Hungry Games. Thank you so much for the download and for listening in. A couple of things to let you know about. Icebox Radio is doing one of their annual fundraisers in just a couple of weeks. It's Calls to Santa, coming up on December 14th through 16th at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you happen to be in the International Falls area, we're going to be on 91.9 FM, The Bridge, but we also will be right here online at Spreaker. So by all means, if you're from outside the area, we'll be on 7 to 8 on the radio, but feel free to call after that if you'd like to speak to Chris Kringle. It's absolutely free. The fundraiser part comes in when we play commercials from area businesses. And if you'd like to call live, in other words, during the broadcast, that's December 14th through 16th at 7 p.m., give us a call at 218-285-9190. Or if you'd like to call and leave a message, Santa has voicemail, and that is at 949-257-2682. And of course, if you'd like to leave a little donation for Santa Claus and for the work we do here at Icebox Radio, we'd very much appreciate it. Tax deductible, remember, we're a nonprofit organization, and that's something to think about this late in the year. And you can go ahead and do that on the Join Us page at iceboxradio.org. Wolf House Part 2, plus the wacky adventures of JJ, Abby, and the rest, starting right now on Radio Icebox.
The following audio drama is rated PG-13 for pretty gory. You may experience swearing, violence, and sexual situations that you engage in often, hopefully never, and only in your dreams. Parents need to watch your children. They could learn more than you want them to.
So, are you surprised you're here?
Not as surprised as I am to learn this small-town police department has a big, echoey underground filled with impressive-sounding hallways.
Smart guy, huh?
No, just tired.
Long day?
You have no idea.
Actually, I have a pretty good idea. Assault, battery, attempted murder, making a public nuisance.
A public nuisance?
Mrs. Peterson over on 2nd Street complained about the screaming.
Oh.
Quite a little list of crimes for just one day.
Well, it was a holiday and we don't get football here.
No, we don't. All right, JJ, you know what I have to do, right?
You're the chief of police. I figure you have to throw me in jail.
That's not what I have to do. I might do that just for giggles.
Thank you.
But that's not what I have to do. What I have to do is figure out what happened.
Why?
That was just what JJ asked when he was in that chair.
Why did you tell me that?
I don't know. I thought it might make things clearer.
Well, I've already told you what happened, so I guess I can go, right?
Wrong.
Why not?
Because I've talked to each and every person who was at this particular Thanksgiving dinner, and none of your stories make sense. And all of you are staying here at the station until things start to make sense. Understand?
Not really, no.
What's so difficult to understand? We just have one interrogation room. I'm bringing everyone in here one at a time and interviewing you.
Why do you insist on saying things like that? I'm well aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, but the audience isn't.
What?
Never mind. Tell me again, how did all this begin?
Well, we were invited to that person's home for Thanksgiving dinner.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really want to go, but having no family in town, I had no one to spend the holiday with. And since Cody, Abby, and JJ were all going to be there, I thought, why not?
Uh-huh.
A little free turkey.
I can see that.
Besides, Grandpa insisted on going, and we always spend Thanksgiving together.
But he never showed up.
No, he didn't.
So where is he now?
Don't know. We were up late last night working on something at the station. We finished up around midnight. He said he would see me at Melanie's house the next day, and we both went home.
You didn't call him when he failed to show for dinner?
Grandpa doesn't have a phone. You have to either go down to his house or contact him by Morse code.
By what?
Morse code, isn't that cool?
I guess.
He actually ran a direct wire from the Opera House roof to Major's place. They got old-fashioned telegraphs at each end and everything.
Uh-huh.
Man, I wish I knew Morse code.
If we could get back to what happened at dinner.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got there around 1.
Uh-huh.
Abby and Cody were already there.
Tell me about the dispute between Barb and Melanie Sarin. What was the nature of their conflict?
Artistic.
Excuse me?
They're both kind of particular about how a show should come together.
And this causes conflict at a dinky little radio station?
We're the only game in town, after all.
I don't see why that should lead to violence.
I was never violent.
Is that so?
It is. If there was ever a cause for conflict, it was entirely the fault of that person.
That's right out of the abuser's handbook, you know.
Abuse! Don't be absurd. Our dislike was mutual.
Yes, but there's a major difference between the two of you, Barb.
And that is?
You're sitting here, and Melanie Sarin is in the hospital.
Here are some events in the Icebox community of community interest. The First Evangelical Church of Presbyterian Lutheranism, Rhode Island Synod, will be holding an indulgences sale to help pay for a new church foundation. The sale will feature a variety of modern indulgences relevant to the lives of today's modern Christian. Potential free passes from God include indulgences for catty gossip, failure to use a turn signal, income tax evasion, ogling your teenage daughter's friends, ogling your teenage son's friends, assembling an electronic device worth more than $5,000 without looking at the instructions, paving errors, and texting during marital relations. These new indulgences are priced on a first-come, first-served basis, so get your bids in soon, or you can write your own indulgence for a modest setup fee. Indulgences, they're not just for sex anymore. The Icebox Cryptography Society would like to tell all its members listening that, quote, the giraffe has kayaked into Ronald Reagan's baseball diamond again, and furthermore, Lima Beans can't program their VCRs without the help of Miley Cyrus. The next society meeting will be held Tuesday at 100-010-101011110-0001. This is really what we do at Thanksgiving?
Every year. It's tradition. Haven't you ever watched football on Turkey Day?
Well, of course, but generally you watch games taking place, that day.
We don't get TV in town, JJ.
You could get cable.
Cable companies canvassed the area several times. No one's interested.
Still...
You understand the fact no one's interested is why we have jobs, right?
I know, but the game's on.
Yes, it is, and we're watching.
That is a game from 1998, on a VHS tape, no less.
You're telling me you would rather watch the current Detroit Lions than Barry Sanders in his prime playing in the epic coin toss game?
Wait, this is that one?
Yeah. They go to overtime and...
Shh, don't tell me how it ends. I've forgotten.
Guys, could you get the door?
Sure thing, Abby. Barb!
Greetings, Cody. Hello, James.
Barb, you're here.
Well, of course I'm here. I was invited.
Yes, but, this is Melanie's house.
I am aware of whose threshold I have crossed this day, James. Cody, be a dear and take this to the kitchen, won't you?
What is it?
A highly traditional green bean casserole. I trust you two shall not interrogate me about that.
Oh, we don't mean to interrogate you. We're just surprised.
Yes.
Surprised that you're here.
Exactly.
In the home of your nemesis.
Oh, that is a gross exaggeration. Melanie and I have had our differences in the past, but this is Thanksgiving. She invited me for dinner, and I am resolved to be here this fine day. What are you two doing?
Football.
Vulgar. Besides, that's the coin-toss game. Bet is clearly called tails. Never mind, Cody. I shall take the casserole in myself.
Are you sure?
I won't hear another word. Enjoy your game, gentlemen. 19-16, wasn't it, Cody?
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Wait a minute. You're saying there was no trouble when Barb arrived?
Well, none. We were watching the game in the living room. Barb went into the kitchen, and they greeted each other like old friends.
Okay, and Barb brought the green bean casserole?
Yes.
You're sure about that? You're sure it wasn't already in the house somewhere?
Positive. She made a point of asking Cody to take it into the kitchen, then changed her mind and took it in herself.
Why?
Because I had no interest in watching grown men grunt and sweat over a ball.
But it was the coin toss game.
I've seen it several times, and Bettis called tales.
That's your story. Now, back to this casserole.
Ugh, it was disgusting.
You mean it was poisoned?
No, it's just disgusting. They're all disgusting. Green beans and cream of mushroom soup and one of those things on top.
French fried onions?
Yes. Ew. I hate that casserole.
Leaving that aside, you were in the kitchen with Melanie when Barb arrived.
That's right.
They were cordial at that point?
Sure. They almost always are at first. They pretend to kiss each other and embrace like friends and say very nice things, and then stuff happens.
What sort of stuff?
Well, they keep talking.
Talking?
Yes.
Talking about what?
Radio shows mostly.
They both write for Radio Icebox?
Yes, Melanie writes the Scoop Sisters, and Barb writes, well, a lot.
Uh-huh. And this causes problems?
Usually, because they keep talking. And eventually one of them says something, and the other takes exception, and then things happen.
What happened in the kitchen this time?
I don't know. I was hiding in the living room when Abby brought me the knives.
She brought you the what?
Here,
What is it?
I tried to gather up all the knives in the kitchen and hide them in my apron.
What's wrong?
Nothing yet, but Melanie just complimented Barb on her self-confidence.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
On her self-confidence at leaving the house looking so natural.
That still doesn't sound so bad.
Ugh, men, just hide these.
Okay.
I gotta go back before Barb starts complimenting Melanie.
Okay, did you understand that?
Sort of. We'd better hide the knives.
Good thinking, I guess.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
So when we finish with the knives, we should get to work on the blunt instrument.
I'm not sure we can hide them all.
That's it. I won't stay here another moment with that person.
Barb, is everything okay?
Of course not. I was a fool thinking I could come here and have a simple holiday meal with friends.
Just hold up a second. Relax. This is Thanksgiving, after all.
As long as her ilk walks the earth, JJ, there is nothing to be thankful for.
She really said that?
Well, she might have. I don't really remember exactly.
You really said that?
I did, and I don't regret it.
It seems a little confrontational.
And why not? We were having a confrontation.
What about exactly?
Footsteps.
What?
Footsteps. The necessity of footsteps in audio drama production. I maintain they are absolutely vital to maintain realism. Miss Saren is one of those ridiculous carpet people.
What?
It's very simple. Old-time radio used to use a lot of footsteps, but they weren't really necessary. A character says they're going to leave the room, you just open and close a door. You don't need the sound of them walking across the floor, do you?
I guess not.
So footsteps developed into more of an aesthetic choice. Hey, invite Dave, our sound effects man, in. I'm sure he'll be able to show you.
Okay, I get it. Thanks, Dave. And this is the kind of thing Barb and Melanie get upset about?
Barb and Melanie were on edge the second they were in the same room together. Pretty much anything could set them off.
And Barb left at that point?
Yep. Marched out and slammed the door.
Dave, I don't really need you anymore. You can go home now. Does Dave always push that cart around with him?
No, it usually stays at the station. This was kind of a field trip for him.
Okay, back to dinner.
Yes,
Barb left before you sat down to eat?
that's right.
And after you sat down to eat, the trouble began.
Well, yeah.
And I wish I could hold your hand through the summer sun and the winter's wind. And I wish I could be your man. Oh. And I wish I could feel the touch of your warm lips, breathing your love. And I wish I could be the one. Oh.
Time now for news headlines from Radio Icebox. This is Konstantin Chernenko reporting. At Tuesday's City Council meeting, the Icebox City Council voted 5-1 to maintain the current number of councilors at 6, despite the ongoing protests of Mayor Pete Leggett, who has expressed concern for some time about the council's inability to break ties. Leggett has attempted several times to change the bylaws, either to introduce the mayor as a tie-breaking vote or add a 7th member to the council at the next election. Members have been resolute in their ongoing insistence on keeping the current bylaws, which stipulate that ties within the council are to be broken by pillow fight. The last such pillow fight took place in 2005 over extra salt for the street department and resulted in an indecision and $28 damage to the council chambers. Competing factions at the Ladies' Garden Club will combine themes for this year's Big Flower Show, set for May 18th. After 6 long months of debate, an impasse was reached over the theme of this year's show, between ladies favoring Frozen, Let It Go, and an equally impassioned group for the theme Lincoln, Our Greatest President. The new theme for this year's show will be Emancipators on Ice, with a special prize titled the John Wilkes Booth Snowman Award for Best Begonia.
Now, this is the point where I get a little confused.
About what?
Barb left the house.
Yes?
But left her green bean casserole behind.
That's right.
And this is the part that I'm not understanding.
Okay.
Nobody ate the casserole but Melanie.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Melanie and Barb don't get along.
Yeah.
Why didn't anyone else eat it?
Well, we all felt a little funny about it, Barb leaving the way she did, and it's not like there wasn't plenty of food.
But Melanie ate from it.
Yeah, with a little gleam in her eye, too, like she was proving something.
Proving? Proving what?
Melanie? Are you okay in there?
She doesn't sound okay.
JJ, go back to the dining room.
What? What's wrong?
I'm sure Melanie doesn't want you standing outside the bathroom door while she's indisposed.
Do you think it's food poisoning?
I don't know. Do you feel okay?
I'm fine. You?
I'm fine, too. Cody seems to be okay.
What are we talking about?
Go back to the dining room.
Did I hear food poisoning? Is there food poisoning here?
Take it easy.
I can't handle food poisoning, JJ. I just can't.
Well, it would be a problem since Melanie only has the one bathroom.
No, you don't understand. I can't handle food poisoning.
I don't think you'll need to.
I can handle anything. High places, small places, snakes, spiders, you name it, I'm okay. But just the thought of microbes and germs swimming around in something that I... Ugh.
Ugh, okay, now he's making me sick.
I can't take it, JJ.
All right, everyone just calm down. We can do this. We just need to do the dishes, I guess?
No, we need to figure out what happened.
What do you mean?
We all ate the same meal. We're all standing here fine while Melanie is... Yeah. So what really happened?
Did we all eat the same meal?
What do you mean?
I mean, each of us had turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing.
Sure.
Rolls, cranberry sauce, sweet potatoes. Wow, it really is a lot when you list it like this.
JJ, what's your point?
Okay, is there anything that we didn't eat and Melanie did?
Oh, no.
The green bean casserole.
What?
The green bean casserole, JJ.
What about it?
Did you have some?
Well, wait a minute.
Well, did you or didn't you?
There was a lot of food. It was kind of hard to keep track.
Well?
I don't think I did.
Well, that's just great. Barb tried to poison us.
No, she wouldn't do that.
Not on purpose, maybe.
You really think she made...
I don't know. I think we just need to get Melanie to bed and then do the dishes and go home.
But the game's not over.
19-16 in overtime, Cody. We've all seen it.
Well, yeah, but tradition.
Come on. We have dishes to do.
Well, still beats last year's Thanksgiving.
And what'd you do last year?
2 hungry man dinners at the station.
Aw, I wish I would have known. I would have had you over.
You mean your last Thanksgiving was better than that?
I can cook, you know. And a turkey is no trouble. You just make sure the thing's thawed and give it enough oven time.
Boss?
Yes, Cody?
What's on the table?
Well, that would be the turkey.
Oh. Was it crawling around like that during dinner?
I don't think so.
And it wasn't eating the rest of the meal either, which it is now. Kind of messily.
seems to really like Barb's green bean casserole.
All right, wait a minute.
What?
The turkey?
Yes.
The turkey was crawling around on the table.
That's what we saw, yes.
You expect me to believe that?
Hey, I saw it. I'm under oath here.
No, you're not.
I'm not?
Never mind. Are you saying the half-consumed turkey reanimated itself and started eating the rest of the dinner?
Yes. Until it saw us.
And what happened when it saw you?
Dear God, it's trying to kill us!
JJ?
Abby, where are you?
I'm behind the credenza.
Is Cody there with you?
I'm here, JJ.
Okay, I'm going to try and reach you.
Don't be a hero. That's what Furious Butterball.
I'm coming over. Ah!
Oh my God, are you okay?
I think so.
You're bleeding.
Wait a minute, that's cranberry sauce.
Oh,
What are we going to do?
Is there any sign of Melanie?
she's still in the bathroom, I think.
The door's right there. We can make a run for it.
JJ!
I know. I'm a coward.
We cannot leave Melanie alone with that thing.
Why not? She cooked it. Maybe it just wants revenge.
We have to do something.
If you have any suggestions on how to fight a half-eaten, reanimated Thanksgiving turkey, I'm all ears.
Gravy.
What?
It's staying away from the gravy. I've been watching it, and that thing is tearing into everything on the table, but it's not going near the gravy.
What are you talking about?
I think we might have discovered its kryptonite.
There's a saucepan with some gravy left on the stove.
Wait.
I can get to the door. If I can do that...
Cody, hold on. We don't know anything about this thing.
It's our only chance. Attack!
You have got to be kidding me.
I swear to you, that's what he said. He thought the gravy was the key to defeating the... whatever it is.
Turkey?
I prefer to think of it as the organism.
And was it?
Was what?
Was the gravy the key to defeating the turkey organism?
Oh. No, it just made it angry. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's cold outside, and it's going to get even chillier now. It's time once again for Radio Icebox Playhouse. And tonight we feature Part 2, the exciting conclusion to a story ripped right out of our very lives. It's Wolf House on Radio Icebox Playhouse.
What is wrong with you two?
Give me a heart attack. Why are you sneaking up on us?
What do you mean?
Well, Honeywell saw the boogeyman and he was afraid you were him.
What?
You did plenty of screaming yourself, lady.
Sure, I'm on edge. I've been hanging out with you for the past 5 minutes.
What happened?
Oh, there's a bear in the house.
Giff, you got your sidearm?
Sure.
Well, give it to me.
Oh, and that's easily the worst idea I've ever heard.
Come on, Giff.
Dave, you know that isn't going to happen. Now, what did you see exactly?
I don't know what I saw.
Be ashamed of yourself, getting all worked up about a bear.
I don't think it was a bear, damn it.
Okay, what do you think it was?
I just... Got your sidearm? Good. Let's go back to the fire.
Yes, you have some explaining to do.
How's your work therapy going? Good. It is good that the sun has come out, yeah?
It doesn't
Work
mean
outside.
anything.
You said this house hadn't been occupied in decades.
You can't tell how old that recording is.
It is.
I had a recorder like this. I bought it in 1993.
Yeah. You remember everything you ever bought. It's just like a woman, huh, Giff?
I remember it because it was the first thing I bought when I got to college. You remember stuff like that. Point is, this isn't a recorder from the 50s, and these batteries are dated 1998, meaning they couldn't be more than 15 years old. Someone was occupying this house less than 20 years ago.
So?
So why'd you say different, Dave?
Oh, don't you start.
No, really, why the deception? Why'd you tell us it was 30 years?
Okay, I thought it was longer, all right? I didn't really look at things that closely. Thought it was 30 years when it was 20.
15.
Whatever, I made a mistake. You gonna hang me?
Is that really all it is?
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
There's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't think this is just about you not reading a date correctly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is it?
The cellars. It's really something down there.
Yes?
A maze, first off. Hallways and rooms all over the place. You get turned around in no time. Some of the rooms have iron doors, like cells. A few even look like cells with a sink and toilet and everything. But the weird stuff, that was beyond those rooms. A laboratory with what looks like a dentist chair, the kind that reclines all the way back. Plenty of equipment, but all of it smashed to hell like a mob had gone to work on it. And all over the place, there are pits.
What?
Pits. Places dug into the rock deeper than you can see. Dropped a stone in one and counted. 12 seconds before I heard it land. That's 384 feet.
Didn't know you were so good at math, Giff.
You think this is funny? Some of those pits were just in the middle of hallways. I only saw them because I had a flashlight. Did Mrs. Markham have a light?
I don't know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What is this place, Dave? A shrink worker in the attic, dungeons in the cellar.
What else aren't you telling us?
It's not what you think.
I don't know what to think. Except maybe a woman died in those cellars because you didn't bother to tell her what this place was really like.
It's just, I don't know everything, okay?
You manipulated this whole thing from the start and didn't know?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Then start by telling us what you do know.
They're just stories.
So tell them.
Well, mostly I heard them from old Dan Howard, Chuck. We used to get together for beer, and seems like he always got around to talking about this place. Dave said there was a hospital or something here. They treated people with very specialized conditions.
Like?
I don't know. We always speculated drugs. Maybe something worse. There was a rumor for a while that this English family, old money, right? They had a son that liked to kill prostitutes. They sent him here for the cure.
How exactly do you cure that?
I don't know. Lie on the doc's couch in the attic and talk about how Daddy didn't hug you. Whatever. There were other stories. None of them made any sense.
Humor us.
Well, tribes used to say shapeshifters lived on this island. Wendigo, werewolves, whatever you want to call it. This isn't coming from some half-crazy medicine man, neither, but guys my age, guys that have been to college. They say they wouldn't go near the surrounding lands at night. Sometimes things would swim from the island to the shore to go hunting. Across that North Channel, there's an old cabin site. Family that built that cabin was supposed to have disappeared in 1968. Police covered it up because all they could find was a few bloodstains. Blamed it on drug-crazed hippies. There were more stories, but you get the idea. This is just a mystery house, a spook house. Kind of place you tell your kids about around the campfire.
Only some of these stories are real.
I'm going back.
What?
I'm going back to that office. Whoever he was a doctor. He kept notes and files. I'm going to find out what happened in this house, and in the meantime, I'd suggest...
I'm going to search the cellars. There's a chance Mrs. Markham is still alive. Both of us should go looking.
I really need to look through those records.
I didn't mean you.
What? Me down there? Hell no. I'll stoke the fire.
Honeywell, you can go with Giff and his gun, or you can stay here and see if your friend who peeks around the doors comes back.
Fine.
Quiet a second.
I didn't say anything. Shh. Did you hear something?
I don't know. I guess not.
You guess not. Great, this is going wonderfully.
You want to head back upstairs? Be my guest.
It's not that. What exactly are we looking for?
The Markham woman. She should be in here. Mrs. Markham! Mrs. Markham! I wish I could remember her first name.
15 cc's of standard solution, number 33, as always. The agitation factor continues to be a concern. I had not foreseen this. All the subjects volunteered, of course. I believe this agitation to be originating in the subconscious. I do not blame them. Anderson, Corey. Very bright young man. I thought perhaps too bright at first. I theorize this self-aware individual may have difficulty participating fully.
Participating in what? What's the program? Just say it.
Do you hear that?
Hear what? What's wrong?
Listen.
What is that?
One of those pits. See it in the flashlight?
There's water.
Yeah. That one's only about 10 feet deep, but it's cut all the way out to the lake.
Well, how do you know it was cut? Maybe it just occurred naturally.
Look at those edges. They're square. Why would you need to access the lake down here?
Well, it's a well. That's all fresh water.
Maybe. Careful around the edge.
We should mark this with something so we remember.
Great idea, Dave. Let me just whip a rope out of my pants and light her up.
We're going to fall into this thing if we're not careful.
I'm not worried about this pit. We can hear this one coming.
Yeah, sure.
You feel that?
Wind. It's warm.
There's something at the end of this tunnel.
The loss of funding has made our diet rather meager. We're making do with oatmeal for breakfast and going without an evening meal once a week.
Come on, enough with the
Further cuts are
budget
necessary. I
discussion.
believe all other research should be suspended to concentrate completely on the unfortunate lycanthropy, which has become a side effect. Staff should be made aware that snacking will no longer be tolerated
Wait
as
a minute.
a food budget. We're making do with oatmeal for breakfast and going without. Staff should be made aware that snacking is the unfortunate lycanthropy, which has become a side effect. Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropia. I know that word.
You say anything?
I think there's a light up ahead. The tunnel curves, I can't tell for sure.
I feel like we've walked too far. We should go back.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's almost like we're not under the island anymore.
Well, what do you mean?
Lake's only about 10 feet deep on this side. They could have tunneled under it.
Is it safe?
You know, maybe you should head back. I'll keep going.
No. It's a maze back there, a complete maze.
Then keep quiet. There's a room up ahead. Look at the light.
I see it now.
That's where that warm air's coming from. Come on.
You have the
Sidearm is out. Now hush.
Oh,
Oh no, Mom. What is this?
smells like a stockyard.
It is a stockyard. Look at the bones stacked everywhere.
There's a deer over here.
Yeah, a cow too. Oh, someone had some livestock go missing.
Giff, shine the light on the wall over here. There's something hanging there, I think.
Oh no.
Here. Clinical lycanthropy is defined as a rare psychiatric syndrome that involves a delusion that the affected person can or has transformed into an animal, or that he or she is an animal. Its name is connected to the mythical condition of lycanthropy, a supernatural affliction in which people are said to have physically shapeshift into werewolves.
Fantastic stuff, yeah?
Who are you?
I may well ask you the same questions. You're trespassing in my office.
Dr. Stone?
Who are you?
You're Dr. Stone?
I would say I am more a shadow of that man.
We've been knocking around this house for hours. Where have you been?
It's unimportant now. You have been meddling with my records,
I'm sorry, we were under the impression that this house was abandoned.
but you thought of this house was unimportant also. I am fascinated to know what you thought of my research.
Perhaps I should go.
No, please. I'm curious. What do you think of my research?
I don't understand most of it.
What do you understand?
You were searching for something?
Yeah?
Something to do with healing, the mind's power to heal.
Yeah. Since I'm young, I've been interested with the mind's ability to trick the body, to cover pain, to do a variety of these things. As a boy, I played football in my country, yeah? It fascinated me how the tiniest cut or bruise in training stung, while in the matches in the heat of battle, I felt nothing till the match was over. I once played an entire half on what was later learned to be a broken ankle. Fascinating.
So you were hypnotizing people?
Of course not. Hypnosis. One step away from the carnival. No, I am a chemist. I was attempting to distill that combination of adrenaline and glandular secretions that made this remarkable power possible.
What does this have to do with lycanthropy?
You want the truth? Nothing. There are no werewolves, Ms. MacDonald.
How did you know my name?
There is only the power of the mind. And the power of the mind is enough.
What do you mean? Tell me how you know my name.
June 6th.
What?
The answer you seek is June 6th.
Doctor? He walked right through that wall.
Oh,
got on me.
Man up for 5 minutes.
What did that to her? Do we even know for sure that's the Markham woman?
These were the clothes she was wearing. Of course, we can't identify her face right now.
Oh.
But there'll be dental records.
What did this to her?
An animal, obviously. Maybe that bear you saw?
Oh, and a bear can tie knots like this?
I know. I'm gonna wrap her up in my coat and carry her out. That means I need you to carry the light and my sidearm.
Okay.
How much time have you spent on the shooting range recently? Yeah, well, why don't you go in front of me?
Yeah, I'll do that. Have you,
I've got her. Let's go.
None of these are organized by date, just by patient. I have to go through all of them? Wait.
Anderson, Corey. Very bright young man. I thought perhaps too bright at first. I realize this self-aware individual may have difficulty participating fully.
Anderson, Corey. Anderson, Corey. Came in October. Progress reports, notes from sessions. Session on June 6th. No. That's impossible.
have you got her okay?
I'll be fine. I think it's left up here.
Are you sure? None of this is looking familiar.
The ground's still sloping up. When we get into the foundation proper, it'll level out.
You'll tell me when we come up to a pit, right?
That's your job. You've got the light.
Right. Sorry. Maybe I should carry her for a little while.
You haven't spent any time on a firing range. What are the chances you've been in a gym any time recently? Right. No thanks. I don't want to have to carry both of you out.
You gotta understand, things just get so busy. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That's coming from the room we were in. What are you doing?
Give me the gun.
No.
Serious. Give me my sidearm now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go back and see what made that noise.
What the hell is wrong with you? We should get out of here now.
What about her?
Leave her. She's past helping.
I'm not leaving her behind so that maniac can finish with her. Whoever that is has to be stopped and brought in.
What are you talking about? You want to arrest an animal?
The knots, remember? That's not an animal.
You didn't see what I saw.
You saw something in flickering light and half shadow. And to be honest, Dave, your imagination's kind of running away with you here. This was a hospital. One of the inmates never left, that's all.
You think a man did that to her?
Men have done worse.
It's right there.
Let me handle this.
We stole its dinner.
Shut up.
It's coming for us now.
Be quiet. Hey, we hear you there. You need to come out here with your hands up. I don't want to hurt you, but I have a gun.
I don't see it. Why can't I see it in the light?
Can you understand me? I don't want to hurt you.
I saw something.
Go down.
There, just in the light. There.
I can't see anything. Where?
That sounded like shots. What? No cell. Nothing. What do I do?
What do you think you can do at this point?
What are you?
What do you say I am?
There's no time for games. 2 men are dying down in the cellars.
They would not be the first to die there. There are dozens by the time we were done. You'll read about it.
I don't have time.
But you'll make time. You'll read every last file, trying to understand.
That you're a maniac?
Maniac? I am a sincere and honest physician searching for a better way for mankind.
That's a lie.
It's there in the files.
It's a lie!
Why? Because I must be to blame? Because of my accent? My need for solitude? What did you read about June 6th?
What?
Anderson, Coy, June 6th. Your holding's a file right there. I can see it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Of course it doesn't. But it still explains everything. George? You there?
Son of a bitch bit me.
Is he there? Is he still there?
Yeah. Put in a new clip. Would you please? My arm won't work.
Is this the way? Is this the way out?
I think so. Come on, move.
What is it? What the hell is that?
I don't know. It could be a man if he were down here long enough.
Crazy, don't change your face, Gif. Crazy doesn't do that to you. The jaw, those eyes.
I know.
The claws were like...
I know.
Like a bear's.
We'll get out of here. We'll bring back help. We'll flush them out with smoke if we have to.
Hold it. That's the pit. That's the one with the water. Do you still have the light?
I stuffed it in my pocket. Here, get it.
Do you think you wounded him?
I don't know. I threw a lot of rounds in his direction, but I never saw him real well.
Here's the light. Get out! Okay. Easy now. You want to eat me out? Eat this! Stairs are up this way. Gotta get out.
Honeywell?
What? Where?
Right here. You're almost out of the stairs. Run!
Hold the door!
I got it. Put your weight against it. What is that thing?
I don't know. We gotta hold it.
Find something to block the door.
What?
We block this door. We make a run for the boat. It just needs to hold it for a minute, just for a head start.
There, that chair.
Do you have the door?
I got it.
Okay, hold it just a second.
Hurry! Has that got it? Is that gonna hold?
You have to go.
All right. Now! Do you hear him?
Forget it. Come on. Where's the boat?
We dragged it out on the dock.
With the outboard?
We have to take that off. Take that off first. It's just sitting on the dock. Here, get the boat first.
I think that door might be holding.
You're right. You get in the boat. I'll ease the motor down to you.
Can we do this without a hoist?
We'll have to. I'll just lower it down. You just to make sure it doesn't drop and knock a hole in the bottom. You got it?
Let me get in. Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Are you all right?
Oh, I will be. Give me a second.
I can't see up to the house. I don't know if he's coming.
Oh, this is a bear to lift on your own.
Well, maybe we should just get in the boat and push off. Just get away from the house.
No, I got it. My back's been bothering. It's no big deal. I just need a second. I did it. No!
Dave!
Go!
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
Help me!
Gif?
My arms. Help me in the boat.
What happened? Where have you been?
I fell in one of those pits. Couldn't climb, so I took my chances with the channel they'd cut in the rock. Took me out to the lake. Oh, dear God, what's that at his feet?
Dave. Markham?
We found her. The same. What is that thing?
It's a man. It's just a man.
What?
I brought the file. It's soaked now, but it explains everything. We'll dry it out and try to make sense of it.
What did you mean it's just a man?
His name is Corey Anderson. He was Dr. Stone's star subject.
And what?
Using his mind. First it was healing himself, but he took it further. Madness. He thought he was a werewolf.
Thought?
Yes. When normal people suffer from lycanthropy, they're just normal people acting like cats and dogs. But Corey was special. He'd had all this help learning to create things with his mind. To begin with, he could just change himself. And then on June 6th, 2 years ago, Dr. Stone watched as he actually created a totally separate being. It was lonely, so he made himself an imaginary friend.
So he's crazy.
You don't understand. This imaginary friend was one that Dr. Stone could talk to and touch. Anderson made it out of thin air. He was punished for that. He was sent to the cellars.
Touch? You mean the friend was real?
Or everyone was hypnotized to think he was real. I don't know. Honestly, Gif, I don't know how much of what we saw in that house was real at all. And how much was coming out of Corey's head. We have to get back. We have to get someone to this island that can help that poor man.
We'll have to catch him first. Wait, where is he?
Isn't he on the dock?
Did you see it? I had no choice.
Where is it?
There, I think I wounded him bad.
Can we help him?
We don't dare. He'll rip us to shreds. What the?
It's the house. Gif, look at the house.
What's going on?
It's rising up for the island. Wait, it's not a house at all.
What is that?
That's Dr. Stone. He's projecting Dr. Stone, but he's huge. He's massive.
It's gonna crush us.
Where's Anderson? Can you see him?
I think... There. He's floating.
You got any bullets left?
What?
One in the head, Gif. It's the only way. Gif. We made it to shore in about 3 hours. We got back to Gif's truck. I tended his wounds as best I could. Gif was hurt bad, but he wanted to stay. He wanted to be close. When the sun finally rose and the rain stopped, we could see the house on the island clearly for the first time. It was just a skeleton. The roof was collapsed, one wall was fallen down, everything exposed to the elements. It was covered with ferns and moss and grass, and had been like that for a very long time. When we were in that house, when I climbed those stairs to the attic office of Dr. Stone, I don't know what I was climbing or where I was. But once Corey Anderson was dead, the whole thing ceased to exist. Later, when investigators visited the scene, they found the cellars more or less as we remembered them. The deaths of Judith Markham and David Honeywell were attributed to an animal attack. Ranger Gifford George transferred to U.S. Customs. He sits in a booth now and deals with tourists. And the thing that we thought was Corey Anderson was never found. I stayed at the ministry and transferred to the West Coast as soon as a position became available. Corey Anderson's file sits in the bottom of my trunk. Sometimes I dream of Rainy Lake and that island. And every time I see the house in my dreams, I wonder, is it really gone? Or did I just make it real again?
Wolf House was written and directed by Jeffrey Adams. The cast included Jeffrey Adams as Dr. Stone and Dave, Jim Yunt portrayed Gifford George, Ayla McIntosh played Marie, Rachel Adams played the little girl, and Victoria Olsen portrayed Miss Markham. Your announcer was Gene G. This program copyright 2010 by the Icebox Radio Theater. Visit them on the web at iceboxradio.org.
Beth, send Barb home. Then send those other two idiots in here, would you please?
You wanted to see us, Chief?
Stand up, JJ.
Okay.
I have been a peace officer in this town for 15 years, and I have never heard a more ridiculous pack of lies before. And in Icebox, Minnesota, that's saying something.
But Sam,
Hush! Now, this is what's going to happen. Melanie is in the hospital in the Falls.
Is she okay?
She's dehydrated, but otherwise fine. They're going to release her tonight. You three idiots are going to go back and clean her house until it's spotless. Understand?
But the turkey...
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Besides, you'll be happy to know the turkey disappeared after you threw it out the front window.
Disappeared? You mean you don't know where it is?
A dog or a bear probably ran off with it. It won't be bothering you anymore, JJ.
But you don't actually know where it is?
Ouch!
Okay,
all
done.
right,
Thank you, Chief. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Never in all my years. Hello? Yeah, it's done. We need to meet. Don't really care about that anymore, but I have some questions. No, face to face. Okay then. What a mess. There you are.
Well,
Well, what?
you asked for this meeting.
Right. I need answers.
Answers are a little above my pay grade.
What do you mean?
I'm just a little worker bee. Can't tell you much about the Queen or the Hive or anything because I simply don't know.
So you don't know why I was told to let those people go?
No, I don't. The order came down.
Well, they're free.
Where are they?
Over at Melanie's place, cleaning up.
That seems appropriate. Good job.
What are you doing?
Sending a text. Check your bank account when you get home. The agreed upon sum is in there.
I can't check it at home. No internet, remember?
That's right.
No cell service either. Kind of interesting that you have it, though. Who is it you said you work for?
Officials.
Officials?
Officials above our pay grade, yes.
Right. Pay grade. You're just a little worker bee.
Just like you. Buzz on home now, okay?
I'm no worker. I'm the chief. Don't you think that entitles me to a few answers?
Chief, if it were up to me, I'd tell you everything.
But it ain't up to you.
Right.
You have no idea why these people with their radio station are being protected? Why stuff keeps happening around them? Turkeys coming to life? Ghosts in the studio?
You heard about that, did you?
I heard a lot of things. What's going on?
Second time. I can't tell you because I don't know.
All right, then. Forget those other questions and we'll make it just this one.
Yes?
Who are you?
Good night, Chief.
That's what I thought.
This has been Radio Icebox, Season 1, Episode 7, The Not-So-Hungry Games, starring Ayla McIntosh as Abby, Cody Boyer as Cody, Scotta Turner was Jennifer, and Jeffrey Adams played JJ. Our guest stars this evening were Victoria Olsen as Barb and Jim Yunt as Sam, the police chief. Direction and post-production by Jeffrey Adams. The song this week was Winter by Paper Parlor, the title track from their second album. Learn more about them and support their music at bandcamp.com. The Radio Icebox Playhouse theme song is Monkeys Spinning Monkeys from Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. The radio play this week was Part 2 of Wolf House by Jeffrey Adams and was originally produced by Radio Icebox in 2010. Radio Icebox Season 1 is made possible in part by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, thanks to appropriations from the Minnesota State Legislature's General and Arts and Cultural Heritage Funds.